Hey guys, my name is Jonathan. Today I'm going to be showing you on the several different social media platforms that you can advertise on. There are many different platforms that you can advertise on for your online business, but you don't have to use all of them all the time, right? You just have to be specific and strategic in your ad spend to get the maximum ROI. So we're just going to hop onto the computer and we're going to explain several things. Alright, so if you're advertising online, everyone has a limited budget. But there are many different platforms that you can advertise on, right? So which platform should you actually use? You should definitely not use all, and there are certain things and different benefits to using different platforms. So the most important question that you need to ask yourself is, where do my customers hang out, right? Where online are they surfing their feed? Where online do they spend their free time, recreational time, entertaining themselves, informing themselves of things that they like to do? Alright, so let's just get into it. Alright, so basically the two different types of general platforms that I like to categorize in, it's the algorithm-based platforms as well as the search intent-based platforms. What I mean by algorithm-based platforms is social media platforms that really control what the user sees, right? They are able to control and change up the algorithm anytime, such as seen as Facebook and Instagram. They changed the algorithm and it was a big deal because it really changed already changed how and what type of media that the consumers were seeing, right? So they determine what you see on your feed, and yeah, that's basically it. There's 100% control on their part of it. All right, the second type of platform would be search intent based platforms, which is basically fundamentally search engines. So it fulfills the user intent by showing them and showing the end user content that they want to see because they are searching for it, showing that you as a consumer, as a person using the search engine, is showing the search engine what you are interested in, and not necessarily letting and allowing the platform to show you content that is what the platform wants you to see. Alright, so the first social media platform that we're going to be analyzing, and it may be suitable for you, is Facebook, right? So Facebook's demographic is generally the middle age and to the old demographic. So I'll put age more than 25, right? There are many different types of ad placements, and you can use photos, videos, text, carousel, which is basically you can swipe through a few different products at one time, and the multiple ad placements makes it a very versatile platform, and the biggest advertising platform in the world, I think. So there's in addition to the feed, right, and into like instant articles and different ad placements, there's also something new called Messenger. So you can technically advertise anything you want into someone's Facebook Messenger feed. So for example, if they are talking to one of their friends, they may see your ad pop up as well. Alright, there's another one that I'd like to mention as well, which is Canvas. It's, I think, only applicable for the mobile device. So if you are scrolling through your feed and you see a Canvas ad, you can actually tap on the Canvas ad and you may be able to see the entire thing pop up into full screen, such that it's a more immersive experience for the consumer. Alright, so as on the screen on the right, you can see Facebook ad, the feed, and on the right hand side where there's desktop, that's the side feed. So that's just showing you different platforms and different placements here. Alright, the second one would be Instagram. So Instagram is generally targeted towards the millennial generation, age less than 30, right? So if your customers are in this age group, Instagram is also one of the biggest platforms. They allow photos and videos predominantly. So Instagram, as you know, is a very visual site. So it's suitable for this type of content. So the two different types of placements that you get in Instagram is, number one, you can have it in your feeds, and number two, you can have it in stories. So when people are looking at their Instagram stories, you can swipe once they swipe left, you can have something like what in the image is right now. You can have your ad as an image and ad as a video, and you can have the option for people to swipe up. Okay, the third one will be Snapchat. Snapchat, it's kind of like Instagram stories, but their entire platform is based on mostly video, right? A very interactive platform. So if you were, for example, watching some original content from a few sites, as you can see at the bottom, there's James Harden, AT&T, as well as, I think, Chase, right? If you're watching original content, or if you're like scrolling through your friends' snaps, then you would generally get an ad when you swipe left as well. Okay, there are things to keep in mind when you're advertising on these algorithm-based platforms, right? Because you are kind of disrupting the sense of flow when you are advertising on these platforms. when people go onto these social media platforms, they come on here to find their friends. They come on here to find their idols, right? They are looking to see what type of idols and what their friends are doing online. So in a sense, you have to take in mind, you have to keep in mind that you have to really, you are basically bringing them to another page that is something that they may not technically be interested in. So keeping that in mind, you should create engaging original content that creates irresistible impulse click offers to capture attention. What I mean by that is creating content, right, in your ads. For example, a photo, a very steep discount, or for example, a video that's very engaging, a lot of visuals, something interesting that they have never seen before. You have to really advertise on that type of content for you to increase the click-through rate for your ads. Alright, so that's just something to keep in mind. Alright, the next one would be, so we're moving on to search ads right now. So Pinterest is kind of somewhat of a hybrid between algorithm based as well as search based. And Pinterest's main demographic is 81% female, less than 40-year-olds. Generally, people on Pinterest have according to the statistics, have a higher income base, so they have higher purchasing powers. And the way you advertise on Pinterest is basically you set up an ad just like on Facebook, but your ads are photos and they are promoted by pins, right? So they will have the text promoted pin in one of the feeds, and if people look and are interested in your product, for example, they can click on it and click directly to the website. All right. So this is technically suitable for businesses such as e-commerce, where you're advertising products, right? Something that's very visual. If I like something, I'll just click on it. All right, the next thing would be the giant, which is Google, right? Google has more than 5 billion searches per day. The entire company, one of their biggest revenue generation streams is via the advertising platform. And the reason why they're so good at it is because they are literally everywhere on the internet. They have so many ad placements and they are very, very versatile. All right, so the reason why Google traffic is so valuable is because it's a search engine. People are already interested and qualified leads in a sense that they are already searching for these type of keywords with either intent to buy, intent to find out more information about, or generally they want to know more about something, right? So it really shows interest that a user or a consumer has already some vested interest into that topic that they are searching for. Right, so I'm just going to go through a few of the ad placements that Google has. So in the top right of the screen, you can see there are search network ads, which is basically the text ads that you see on Google when you're searching for something, and they will have a yellow, like it's just a yellow sign that says ad. Right, Google also introduced a new feature called the shopping ads. So it's literally just images of white background, generally of products, and they will usually be at the top of the Google search feed. Alright, the next one would be the display network. So the display network would be having ads. As you can see at the bottom right of your screen, the ads that are served by Google AdWords. They are ads that will appear in other people's partnership sites that are kind of similar to your niche. So for example, if you were selling pet supplies, right, then if there's a pet supply blog, then your Google display ads will feature on that. Alright. Alright, so I didn't mention previously, Google also owns YouTube. So in that sense, you can also do video remarketing through the YouTube network. So Google has a vast array of different resources that you can advertise on. And because of its like versatility, you can really combine them with a Facebook or an Instagram, and you can really do amazing things and get good results. Alright, the last thing I would like to mention also as well is Google has something called extensions, right? Locality and location-based features, such that because they understand that all of the website traffic is coming from mobile nowadays, there are things that are called extensions, for example, like call extensions, that you can put in your search network ads, right? So for example, if you're a local business selling some pastries or some, for example, right, you can advertise to your local population, and just below your search ad, there's literally a phone, like a phone symbol that you can, a customer, when he searches like pastries nearby, there's literally a phone number that they can call, or a location extension that you can put as well, such that they're able to get to your product much faster. Alright, so the last social media platform would be Reddit, right? So Reddit is important, and although it's a small social media platform right now in terms of advertising, it has a very, very big and very engaged, passionate communities, because people go to Reddit to discuss really weird things and an array of different topics, right? So if I guess the integrity of the Reddit community is still quite resistant to ads, and that's why people are not really seeing the results that they want, as opposed to something like Pinterest, for example. Alright, so the last slide that I'd like to go through, it's basically going through the main points of what I've talked about. Alright, so I just want to drill this point in. Advertise where your customers hang out. Ad spend is going to be more and more expensive as big brands start advertising online. So it's best for you to be able to optimize your ads, right? Really choose the social media platforms that your customers are hanging out at, such that you're able to get real return on investment on your ads, as well as creating an engaged community within that social media platform as well. Alright, so the 3 points that I'd just like to drill on is basically: number one, don't rely on one advertising platform for traffic. So for example, a lot of people relied on Facebook ads, right, for a lot of their traffic as well as their sales for quite a long time. And in around February 2018, Facebook started changing some of the algorithm, and basically it started becoming really hard for people to optimize the ads and getting good ROAS, which is basically return on ad spend. So that's something that you don't want to do. So to increase my social media presence, I would generally retarget my ads on something like YouTube or Pinterest, and run my main ads on Facebook or Instagram, right? Another alternative would be running your ads on Facebook and retargeting them on Google's display network or the YouTube network. Alright, so retargeting is very, very powerful, and to be able to really expand online presence and really increase your reach in terms of letting your customer know that you're really out there, you should really use retargeting using different social platforms. The last thing that I would like to advise if you're going to be running ads anytime soon would be really produce engaging content, right? You really need to produce engaging content because there's so much noise out there in the world, and for you to be able to really stand out and really increase your scale sales, you need to be constantly producing content and producing good content. There's really no point for you to be producing a lot of multiple lousy pieces of content. You should be focusing on producing good and high quality content, and such that you can use that for multiple avenues as well, and that will really create growth. Alright, if you have any questions concerning this topic or digital marketing, just put it down in the comment section below. I really like to thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.